anything. It's all about hoops and exciting NBA action tonight. I'm Paolo Del Rosario.
And I'm Isaac Go. We're kicking things off with part 2 of my one-on-one interview with NBA legend Rip Hamilton. Let's watch this. You broke a lot of hearts in 2004 when you won the title. In all of your career achievements, where does this stand?
Well, you know what? It's either my heart being broken or someone else's. That's how I look at it, right?
That's true.
And it was more than just a game for me. Me and Kobe Bryant grew up together.
Yeah.
High school friends. Never beat him in high school. I was like 0 for 3 during that time. Played on the same AAU team. And we were roommates during the McDonald's All-American game and during all our AAU tournaments. So we used to always talk about what we're going to do when we get to the NBA. So for me to get that win over him was bigger than anything else.
That's number one.
I didn't really care about anything else. I didn't care about getting a ring. I didn't care about hosting the gold ball. I just wanted to beat him. So it was one of those moments, man. And luckily I did it with a great group of guys that were very selfless individuals, because again, before the game I would go up to my guys and be like, man, I can't let Cole beat me again.
Yeah.
And Ben Wallace was like, man, chill out, man. I got Shaq tonight. I said, okay, you put everything in perspective then. I'll leave you alone.
But putting that 04 squad, that group of guys you had, if you put them in today's NBA, how do you think you would fare? You think you'll get a chip or two?
Oh, get a chip? I think absolutely we'll win a chip. Because we did it differently, right? I mean, yes, the rules have changed,
yeah,
right? Even the style of play. When I played, we played for the last 7 seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah.
Now today they play for the first 7 seconds of the shot clock. But we defended. We exposed mismatches. We were doing stuff that now teams are doing. We were able to switch pick and rolls. So when you got great defenders like Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace that are great post defenders, but they can also guard on the wing, when we play against Cleveland or the Lakers and they got to switch out on LeBron or Kobe or whoever, them guys are A1 defenders. So I think that if we played in today's game, championship.
And if there's one thing you're also, in a way, associated with, is the mask.
Okay.
03, 04, you break, I think that's your second time you broke your nose.
Third time.
Third time.
Yes.
And then you kept the mask ever since then. Was it because when you put on the mask that there's a different persona, like how Bruce Wayne puts on the mask, becomes Batman?
Oh, yes.
So is there something like that? Maybe?
Same thing. When like Superman jumps into the booth, he comes out with his cape on, he turns into a whole new different individual. To be honest with you, I hated it at first because again, when I broke my nose the 2 previous times, the doctor was like, hey Rip, you gotta wear a mask. And I was like, I'm not wearing a piece of plastic over my face for 48 minutes in a game. And I kind of tell people, it's almost like during Halloween when you go trick-or-treating and you're knocking on doors to get candy. You don't wear the mask the whole time you go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
You only wear it when you knock on the door, trick-or-treat, take the mask off, run to the next house, put the mask back on. So it was tough. I mean, it was hot, it was sweaty, it would get foggy at times. I broke probably 5 or 6 of them thrown on the ground, but it started to become my identity.
Yeah.
And with a lot of great talent in the NBA, I always said to myself, if someone comes to the game and didn't know anything about basketball, the first thing they would say is, who's the guy with the mask and why is he wearing it? And it just happened that I was really good with it. And I tell people it was kind of like my cape, man. It turned into my identity. Once I put it on, Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace, they was always telling me, like, you can't take it off. You're never taking it off. And if you try to take it off,
We'll put it back on.
I got these for you. So, nah, you know what? I had to wear it for the rest of my career.
So I guess last question, just a quick hitter. Who does Rip Hamilton got for the NBA championship this season?
Oh, man. You know what? If I had to pick one team right now, I would have to go with the Denver Nuggets. Because the Joker, man, he's all about business. Regardless if he's a 2-time MVP, he still comes out each and every night with his hard hat on. He's going to come out and perform. He's not going to take any nights off. The guy can do so much. And the message that I tell people all the time that, you know, people sometimes fall in love with the sexiness about basketball, the athletic guys, the guys that are super fast, the guys that can put their elbow in the ring. But basketball is played from the shoulders up.
Yeah.
And when you watch the Joker, he plays from the shoulders up. He maybe jumps this high off the ground, but he makes all the right plays for his teammates. So I would have to go with different.
He's just in shape like you. And thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yes, sir. Appreciate having me.
And that was Isaac Go stealing my job. But Isaac, the experience they're talking to Rip, just how was it? And of course, we all know that he has a bit of a broadcast background as well. Pero grabe talaga the way that he tells stories. And what stuck out to you?
I think I know how you guys feel when you get, as you mentioned earlier, you get these guys who come in and again, he tells his story. He connects with you. He looks at you. And I think the first thing we related, he saw me, uy, matangkad da. He probably plays. So it really started from there, and man, that was such a pleasure to interview him.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and of course, congratulations on that interview. That was a really nice one.
Thank you, pal. Thank you, pal. After the break, we celebrate with Lakers fans across the globe as they take home the first ever NBA in-season tournament championship. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back to The Game. The whole Philippines rejoices, as well as half the studio, as the Los Angeles Lakers are crowned champions of the first NBA in-season tournament. Joining us to break down the gold and the entire in-season tournament is another champion, famously Lasallian. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hot Takes, Jello Vito's back in the building. Jello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just excited to be back here. It's been a while, guys.
Oh, parang glowing siya, no?
Oh my, that's what getting a ring does for you, man.
Yeah, it does. I mean, like, oof, grabe talaga. Anyway, my fellow Lasallian, let's talk about this particular
Yes.
Lasal tuloy, Lakers championship, because the Lakers came into this and a lot of people were wondering about the whole in-season tournament. How serious will the players take it?
Yeah.
But then just watching AD in that second half, just watching how LeBron treated the entire tournament, I think it's safe to say that everyone took this to heart.
Yeah, I mean, you expect these guys, lalo na si LeBron, na expect mo na medyo they're gonna pull back. Kasi, I mean, the bigger picture is that NBA title. Pero when you see them play like AD, from AD to LeBron to Austin Rivers, biglang lumabas yung laro nila, lumabas yung pagiging competitive nila. And probably that's a precursor maybe to what they will see down the road towards the playoffs or kung sana umabot ng dulo. But again, that's a great sign for the Lakers.
Austin Reeves yan, hindi Austin Rivers, ha? Kasi si
Hindi.
Reeves, okay, that's a different story altogether kasi si Doc Rivers nag-commentate.
Oh, no.
Yan yung dahilan. All right. But then, of course, you take a look at the fact that the in-season tournament, people are saying that, okay, spill over ba to sa regular season? Will this be a sign that, okay, ito yung playoff teams natin.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Lakers' year again. Remember, Lakers fans yung prod natin.
I mean, I don't wanna like keep their hopes up. Siguro kasi again, it's still early into the season. Again, in-season tournament lang naman yan, but anything can happen during the season. Maybe they're peaking early. Who knows, di ba? So, baka tragic na naman to for the Lakers. It's a bad omen for them that they win this in-season tournament. But let's see. Again, it's a long season.
Of course, throughout the tournament, let's look, bata tayo. So let's look at the young guys. Who's the new young guy that stood out to you for his performance throughout the in-season?
Tayong lahat yan, no? Tayong lahat. Okay, yeah, okay.
For me, talaga, very glaring for me is Tyrese Halliburton. He's been anchoring that young indie team. He's been averaging close to a double-double in points and assists. And moving forward, I think he's going up and probably help this team go back to the playoffs.
Yeah, but in the in-season tournament, I just want to clarify there that si Halliburton nagka 26.7 points per game and 13.3 assists per game. So that's really different. But then do you feel that for the Pacers, this is something that already has given them siguro playoff experience? Because that's something that they haven't had as a collective.
Yeah.
Is this playoff experience already for them?
I mean, we can consider that as a playoff experience, but then again, as the season progresses, injuries might happen, trades will happen, other teams will get stronger. Lalo na sa East, knowing the East. You have the Bucks, the Sixers, Boston, Miami is gonna be there. So I think this is maybe a preview of what they can do as a young team moving forward into the season.
And of course, we talked about the young guys. Kasama na rin natin si Pao but who among the stars showed na a glimpse of their prime? Because of course, in-season tournament, we wait till the playoffs talaga to see their best game. But parang we saw some flashes from some guys na parang, ooh, I forgot he can do that.
Yeah, I gotta give it to LeBron. LeBron has, lalo na nung finals ng in-season tournament, he just took over that game. And di ba nga on the start of the season, he's put into minutes restriction. But kahit may minutes restriction siya, he can still deliver that great performance from him every single night. And with the help of AD and all those other guys, I think LeBron's getting there again.
Ano ba na-mention mo? And of course, Isaac actually made a couple of picks himself here. Pero Isaac, when you take a look at Anthony Davis, when we saw him in that fourth quarter, he had that mean mug on. He took it super personally, you felt. To the point that he was so unstoppable in the fourth quarter that literally every time he touched the ball, it felt like the entire Pacers defense was on him. What about Anthony Davis? Okay.
And his jump shot failed him in that game. Let's be real. The jump shot disappeared. And sometimes when you rely too much on the jump shot, you don't get to the line a lot. You don't put pressure on the defense. They allow you to take those jump shots. But when he said, I'm going to stop taking jump shots, I'm going to go at the rim. Yun na, it put so much pressure on Miles Turner. You saw that. Hey, Miles Turner is a great defender, shot block, but Anthony Davis just went right through him, around him, over him, under him, kuna na lang. Kahit sa parking lang, sinama niya pa uwi.
Kaya nga lahat na Of course, Jello, we talked a bit about the Pacers a while ago, whether or not this is going to be siguro playoff experience for them. But are they a playoff team, especially with what we've seen here? Remember, they were not part of the playoffs last year.
Hey, we gotta consider, based on their performance, yes, they don't have that much experience sa playoffs, but with the way they're showing how ecstatic they are, how excited they are competing against much mature teams, I think currently they're number 5 in the East, and when they stay consistent and keep that energy going, I think they can move mountains this season.
Another team with playoff potential here, according to Isaac at least, is Joe Ingles and his grandchildren, the Orlando Magic.
Hey, number 2 in the East right now. They didn't win the in-season tournament. Of course, they did advance. They finished. They had the same record as Boston.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the quotient system comes into play. But imagine a young core of Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and then they got Jalen Suggs, Markelle Fultz. A lot of these guys, one more year older. And whoever thought we would see Orlando number 2 in the East? The last time that probably happened was Dwight Howard when they made the Eastern Conference. They made the NBA Finals 1 year.
Yeah.
So imagine that. The Orlando Magic. Is it legit? I think so.
It's funny kasi yung sabi mo Dwight Howard, yung naisip ko Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. Age, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we said you were young, remember?
That's my fault. I'm aging myself. Now that we have an IST winner, an in-season tournament winner, what does this how do the Lakers build from this? Kasi syempre, now you're gonna go into a mode wherein you're gonna go back into the regular season. You're going to have to wait till around March to be able to play basketball that has elimination, built into it. But right now, how do you think the Lakers build from this?
I just think that the Lakers should maybe pull back a bit. Again, age will catch up with LeBron and AD and all those other veterans. And I really think the younger guys should step up and build on what LeBron and AD and the other guys have built during the in-season tournament. So when the time comes, come playoff time or towards the end of the regular season, they'll be full. They'll be 100%.
All right. Jello, thank you very much for all of those mild takes.
He hasn't
Mild.
hot takes
Mild
yet.
takes, mamaya, wild takes. Because Mr. Hot Takes makes his comeback when we return. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to The Game. With the conclusion of the first ever NBA in-season tournament, now we're here to break down some sizzling hot takes with the one and only Mr. Hot Takes with Jello Vito, who's in the big screen right now with the big chill. So I dubbed this segment the Chill Takes. No. All right, guys, take it away.
Of course, Jello, let's get at it. Kanina, mild takes it.
Oh.
So let's we need it to be spicier now.
Sige.
So for our first take, we have Tyrese Halliburton will help lead the Pacers back into the playoffs.
I mean, that's self-explanatory. I mean, he's showing glimpse of what he can do. He's leading this Pacers team, and I really don't see any reason why they won't make the playoffs with the way this guy is playing.
But what about the other guys? Remember that.
I mean, hey, the other guys, wala na akong pakialam sa other guys. I'm a huge fan of Tyrese Halliburton right now. I mean, we've seen it sa FIBA World Cup dito and now sa in-season tournament, but the way he's playing, the way he's leading this team, wala na akong pakialam sa iba. I just want Tyrese Halliburton to get into the playoffs this season.
Okay. And because you being an SNC coach, I think you can answer this question well. For the second question, Zion Williamson will not finish the season due to being out of shape.
Ay, Diyos ko. Ay, my goodness. Kung nakita nyo lang how he matched up against LeBron during that playoff series in-season tournament, he really had a hard time. He's averaging, yes, 20 points per game, pero I think, what I feel, he should be averaging more than that. more than 20 points, more than rebounds. He should be averaging double-double. But the way he's performing right now, ayoko lang sabihin, but I just have to point it out. He's playing with a huge stomach. He doesn't really look fit right now. And kaya ako nasabi na he might not finish the season is because him being out of shape probably will cause him a lot of injuries down the line. And again, that's another problem for Zion Williamson for the past few seasons.
So, assuming Zion gets healthy, trims down weight, gets in shape, what do you think is reasonable mate niya once he does that?
Again, siguro, tumaas ang averages niya. He gets his double-double averages towards the middle and end of the season. Probably lead the Pelicans into a playoff run. But for me, the way I see it, it's gonna be hard for him. I'm sorry, man. It's gonna be hard for him.
Kaya, speaking from Mr. Hot Take himself na yan, who, by the way, congratulations, helped LaSalle win a championship.
Thank you.
And so number 3, ito I think medyo hot takes yun to eh. Scoot Henderson is an overrated player. Let's remember, he was drafted in round 1,
Yeah,
of course.
third pick.
And yun na, went to the G League Ignite, but do you think he's an overrated player?
Yeah, I really feel that he's such an overrated player. I mean, the hype that he got prior to him being drafted by him, because I think it was a mistake for him that he stayed so long in the G League, where he could have developed his skills more in college, in a university, but he stayed in the G League for so long that he never really got to see good competition. So when he entered the league, probably he got shocked or parang he got stunned by the amount of competition and the position that he's playing right now. Parang ang dami niyang kalaban eh. So lalo na sa rookie race, you have Wemby. Wemby's playing tremendous right now. The one in OKC, Chet Holmgren's playing tremendous also. Kaya medyo nawawala na sa picture si Scoot Henderson and this hype really is going down because of his performance.
Pero yun na, we also see rookies, siyempre, first year,
Yeah.
rookie slump, guards have a harder time to adjust. Pero hot take na rin to, he will still be in the NBA after 5 years.
Oh.
5 years. Parang medyo
5 years, ha?
Medyo reasonable.
5 years sa'yo?
5 years na he's getting his playing time. He's maybe a contributor in a decent team.
O sige, bigyan na natin yung 5 years but not as a star player but probably just a role player.
Yan yung take mo.
Yun na yun. Top na yun, top.
Wow.
Role player, 5 years max.
Grabe. Mr. Jello, again. Mr. Hot Takes with the hot take.
Alam mo, wait. First of all, I made a mistake a while ago. I said chill takes. Dapat big takes to eh. Kasi big chill at si hot takes eh. Nagkamali ako doon. I want to further quiz. First of all, Zion Williamson not being in shape. And there are reports saying that he has not really committed to the coaching staff's challenge for him to lose weight. Jello, Vito, what would it take for Zion Williamson to finally wake up and, well, I would say smell the roses, but then not eat the way that he has been? Because that is what people think is the assumption why he's like that.
I think it's just one season-ending injury would really wake him up probably to get his acts together as an athlete. I mean, a lot of players, a lot of people have been looking up to him, and sana he gets this proper wake-up call.
Alam mo, mild lang yung mga takes ngayon eh.
I think they need to change the new Orleans Raiders, the Smoothie King. Smoothie King, yung arena name.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
Can I just say, si Mikey Reyes want to run in a while ago, pero sabi ko, wait lang, the takes are too mild eh. But I like this take about Scoot Henderson because Scoot Henderson, being an overrated player, is it a function of the fact that, okay, sinabi mo kanina, G League, right? He went to the G League Ignite program, and you have to take a look at the other alumni from there. Another one would have to be Jalen Green. Do you feel that it's a function of the program not performing or at least not producing that type of talent, or is it just the player?
I wouldn't really say the program of G League Ignite kasi maganda yung program talaga ng G League Ignite eh. Really helps players get into the NBA much quicker. But I wouldn't also say na it's about the player. I would think the system or the fit sa Portland it's not for him. Yes, yes, I think maraming nag-assume na he's gonna be the next Dame since Dame went out of Portland. But for him to be given those keys right away as early, parang
Yeah,
hindi
he took the spot. Okay, Big Chill, the question for you here because you were, you feel yung aura ni Mr. Hot Takes ngayon eh. Just what take in particular do you take issue with the most, if any?
Wala naman eh. This makes sense naman. Reasonable. Oo nga, parang usually, I think, Jello, parang...
Diba?
Diba? Parang...
Medyo reasonable na pala ako
Today,
ngayon.
medyo reasonable.
Reasonable pala ako
Okay,
ngayon.
nag-champion eh. Kasi sobrang GV eh. Sobrang GV
So medyo
niya.
parang, makes sense.
Diba?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Wala. He's a sensible guy right now. Again, gentlemen, thank you very much for all of that. And Isaac, congratulations on the fact that you've hosted the show for the very first time. And with that, Isaac, I'll let you lead us out here.
Catch the games and our show live and on demand on the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos a month. Thank you for joining us. I'm Isaac Go.
And congratulations, Isaac Go. I'm Paulo Del Rosario, and this has been The Game.